we kind of have a guest hiding here. Is there a famous Kaeli name? I don't know a single famous Kaeli.
Kaeli.
Especially now with that bunk ass spelling you got.
Yeah, you got a weird ass spelling of Kaeli.
Bunk ass fucking spelling, bro.
It's not that walk.
If I was a substitute teacher, I'd fuck your name up so hard.
I've never seen C-A-L-E-Y, bro.
How would you say it?
What's the worst substitute fuck up you've gotten for your name?
I've never seen that version.
Oh, I would probably say Kale. I would probably say Kale.
Taylor. I had an English teacher who, for the 2 years I had him, he kept thinking my name was Romilio. So he just added like an extra, and I just fucked with it. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, dude. Romilio.
Hey, remember
this? Romilio, I swear to God.
No, but that was the English class. I would make this kid laugh, and he had this like.
Oh, he wasn't special needs.
He was totally special needs.
He had a speech impediment.
Are you talking about me?
No, he was a very smart Asian lad.
He was.
Oh,
he was
right,
math smart, but not social norms.
He had
smart.
autism, dude.
Yeah, he was finished high school smart.
He was. I really hope the sprinklers don't pick up. This is yellow noise. This is gonna make everyone pissed who's listening to it.
No, but funny guy, especially if he sneezed. It was like a fucking nuclear bomb.
I remember that.
The class.
His sneezes would set everyone off, and if everyone was like scared of the sneeze, he'd start laughing. And his laugh was like a newborn goat gasping for air.
No, he had a very silent laugh. That's what I remember. He had this.
Yeah, he did not know how to laugh.
And it was great because he couldn't stop too. So like, just fucking clock tick and just make a face at him, just turn around and go, bleh, 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 and then he starts laughing for 20 minutes.
I know, it's so fucking funny. I remember doing this with you.
Yeah. No, this is English. I did talk about it on the pod though, I think.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't this, but I remember and you and me all doing this and just like both of us just cracking him up all day.
I think I know why he was maybe a little like special needs too. He told me about his grandpa during World War II. He was like a zookeeper during
dude.
Yeah, he was like a zookeeper in Nanking.
What? Wow. That's the crazy. That should be
a
movie.
Yeah. He's just like, imagine trying to keep your baboons away from the Japanese.
Whoa.
That's okay, but that would be so fucking watchable. Imagine the trailer where it's like there's the planes coming in, you hear them on the radio, and you see all the monkeys in the cages going fucking crazy, and you see them with a big stick just ranging on the fucking bars. Yeah, Shut up, monkey!
Shut up, monkey! You know what's fucked up is I actually remember seeing that exact image when I went to China when I was a kid and like seeing spider monkeys.
Yeah.
There's just an Asian guy, an old guy with a fucking bamboo cane.
I'm so glad we don't have monkeys in America. That'd be a huge problem.
Oh, dude, if we had monkeys, it'd be so insane.
Because you'd fucking walk around with like peanuts and shit.
I would be walking around with a gun everywhere I go. I'm not letting these things near me.
The fucking things, like they're the small ones. They're not like chimpanzees.
Oh, if you're talking about, okay. Macaques.
Little capuchins.
Yeah, they're like freaking the fuck out, and like there's like a bunch
I'd be a little mischievous. I'd be a mischievous boy with it. I'd keep a slingshot on me.
Yeah.
And just slingshot monkeys after work.
I would give them all fentanyl. Just see the monkey, like a monkey leaning over.
The zombie monkeys.
The vented out little gibbons. No one make a joke, goddammit.
That's amazing.
I believe our zoos have a fentanyl crisis. I'm not afraid to admit it.
The monkey enclosures have a fentanyl crisis.
So in the Nankoon movie, because
Nankoon
that's what I'm calling it.
I love
Nankoon movie.
Stupid fucking retard brain.
The Nankoon movie.
That's the working title. We have to come up with a better title.
What's a working title? I just said it, yeah. So the what's it called? The point.
Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong.
Yes.
No, a bomb.
All right, everyone, give Dave the funniest member of the podcast.
Oh my god,
great.
I knew it was in there somewhere.
Anyway,
I just gotta find it.
A bomb falls onto the zoo, lets out some of the chips, and the zookeeper's got to get him back or some shit. That was my plot that I wanted to go with. What do you think would be a better plot?
My plot is the zookeeper falls in love with the monkey, but the tyrannical Japanese won't let their monkey love.
They have a romance in the middle. It's a war and romance story.
Yeah. There's like you remember like the kiss in Times Square? There's that, but it's the monkey.
It's
the monkey like it's the monkey leading this old this old zookeeper.
He's like this passionate embrace with this fucking spider monkey. His whole fucking mouth is open.
Now it is just funnier if we call the movie Nankoon, just like all serious, and then it's about a monkey.
And you know what? We can make it.
Why are you trying to take my joke away from me?
Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong.
I don't have anything.
Mao Zedong could be the bad guy in the movie.
Not you mixing up Chinese city names with Chinese menu items. Yeah, I'll take the General Zedong's chicken.
Zedong, please.
I was thinking
General Zoo also is a good alternate title.
But it
Your
was,
favorite American folklore character? Mine is Babe in the Big Blue Ox.
like any folklore.
I like
American
I like a
folklore.
little,
Oh, American. I like Johnny Appleseed.
like the one that we're taught when we're like little kids, and you
Yeah.
don't learn how like actually fucked up it all is.
Mm.
Because I like a little Pocahontas action.
Oh,
I like a
wow.
little,
Yeah.
no, actually a little Sacagawea action, a little like native guide,
Sacagawea, bro.
like Sakakawea. I like a little
Sakakawea.
like this fucking 14-year-old girl's gonna take me across America.
Quasimodo
before a
was-
GPS, like 300 years before a GPS.
What
Yeah.
are you saying?
Sorry,
Quasimodo?
Was Quasimodo here?
No,
in
he was- I think
American
that was-
or-
No, that was
No,
Notre Dame,
the
bro.
American hero,
Well, no.
Quasimodo.
Yeah, in the church at Notre Dame.
I think
Oh,
Quasimodo.
yeah,
In Notre
yeah,
Dame College.
That's right.
He was at Notre Dame
I
University.
never actually saw the movie, unfortunately.
Not a
Okay, pick
Quasi-
one. Who's your favorite? Okay, you have a lot of good ones you
Folklore.
haven't named.
What?
You a Davy Crockett guy?
Oh,
I
what's the?
have no idea.
You
about
like a
David
little
Crockett.
Alamo action?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, come on. a
Oh,
little
okay.
Bowie action?
I would say the Alamo, definitely. The
What's the
Alamo's a
one
big
about the?
But that's a
fucking-
real thing.
Yeah.
What's the one about the giant guy that like fucking like builds a tunnel through a mountain? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no, it's the guy who fights the steam engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Badlands Chugs.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't know a lot
That's
of
Badlands
folklore.
Chugs versus the Chugging Machine for the boys, season 1.
We can be
That's
episode
deep
five.
lore,
self-referential.
bro.
We can
That's
be
some deep lore.
self-referential now.
I actually don't know any folklore really here in Denver.
Johnny
Colorado,
Appleseed?
To be honest.
I
I
know
don't know that
Buffalo
one.
Bill, the guy who's like,
You don't know
I
the
wanna
story of
kill-
Johnny
I wanna
Appleseed?
kill
You
all
don't know
the-
Johnny
wait,
Appleseed, bro.
Wait, Robert, you don't know the story of Johnny Appleseed?
No.
You learned this in
Prohibition
school.
fighter. He's like, all right, fuck it. I can't fucking booze up. Here's apple booze.
Oh.
And plants apple seeds everywhere. That's
And
the
grows
real
a bunch of
story.
fucking trees
Okay.
and makes
But,
apple juice.
but in America, we're like, well, you know, he planted apples so we could munch on apples.
Well, the story
And
is
now
that
we
he
have apple
traveled
juice.
across America,
Yeah.
throwing seeds and planting trees.
Really?
You don't remember
I had
this
no
one?
idea
Yeah.
about that. No, I've never heard
Never
of
even
this.
heard the
he was
term.
a-
What the fuck?
He was a bootlegging legend, planting Jersey apples everywhere.
Is
I
that the
saw-
real story?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one we were taught was he was making apple juice, but it was just whiskey.
I
Yep.
saw this thing. This is a complete fucking segue. Cut out Apple Talk. Put up an intro for it, but also cut it out completely. Apple Talk.
Apple talk, okay.
But no, it was this like extinct breed of Jersey apple that they found just growing on the side of on the side of like the turnpike. They're like, hey, fuck, we can make booze like our ancestors used to.
Aren't
Yeah.
apples really hard to grow from seeds? Don't you have to like fucking splice
Probably.
the tree to get actually to grow? It's like a really hard thing to grow.
Really?
You're like the
Yeah.
only guy that knows anything about planting.
No,
shit,
it's okay.
really.
I have a
Yeah.
fucked up story from my childhood. Not fucked up, but kind of boring. Also, shout out to my mom that listens to
Put
the
up the intro
podcast.
for the time David got molested.
Well, we're not gonna go that again.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, so when I was a kid, my mom thought it would be a cool family outing to go to this fucking Apple lab. And I don't know the context behind it, so I should ask
Like
her
Apple
about it.
Computer, or
No,
like they're
no,
making
no,
the
no,
Honey
no.
Crisp.
They're making the Honey Crisp. That was exactly what they were doing. So it was like down in fucking South Colorado. We drove like an hour and a half to get there. And you tour this lab where they're fucking showing us around like, all right, kids, we're designing the Honey Crisp. You're about to
Oh.
be the first to try the Honey Crisp apple. And we just
sorry.
went through the whole lab and it was like tasty. Like we're genetically
old were you?
splicing apples.
Wow.
It's hard to place how old I was, but I was probably like 8.
Because okay,
kinda cool,
I'm really.
honestly.
Yeah, all I
I
got
knew
was the
David when
butterfly
he was
pavilion.
8. So I'm imagining
Yeah.
like his mom like pacing in the kitchen like, fuck, my son's bad at shit. He can't do sports. He's got a bowl cut. I guess I'll take him to the fucking apple lab.
Like, you know what he'll get a kick out of?
I guess I'll take him to the
Apples,
mad
dude.
scientist up the hill.
The Mad Appler.
That appler. Throws apple seeds everywhere.
That's so fucking
I'm sorry,
funny.
but that's why I cackled earlier. Is because I had a very vivid image of you holding your mom's hand at the apple factory.
It's like, wow, they're delicious with peanut butter too. Yeah.
You can put raisins on top.
What's the shittiest like trip you guys went on as a kid? Either family,
I have another one, and that one's
school.
not enough. I have a
Oh,
worse
fucking
one.
keep piling them on. Well,
So, okay, here's a dad story. This is what my dad did when we went to Pennsylvania. He was like, you know what, fuck Busch
this
Gardens.
is why they divorced, by the way. It was,
This is right after they divorced.
Well, they couldn't decide on which trip to go on. Was Apple Factory or whatever the fuck in
The
Pennsylvania.
fucking place, so it was in Pennsylvania, and it was literally the Allied molded plastic box factory. So my dad was like, I got a hookup to see the factory. So we toured this fucking factory
This
where
is
they
a
make
Simpsons bit, by the
plastic
way. Do you remember the
boxes.
Simpsons bit where they go to the box factory?
Yeah, oh my god, it is. They're like, let's go to the
Jesus.
field trip. Everyone sign up for the most exciting place to go ever. Fuck Busch Gardens, that's literally 30 minutes away.
Yep.
But and that one, my favorite memory is like they had some confidential shit they didn't want to roll out. They're like, you're not allowed over there. That's the secret plastic boxes we're making. It's like, that's the secret recipe. That's Mr. Krabs' secret formula is over there.
Dude, you could have like gone in there like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, then you and your dad would have started floating because you ate the floaty boxes.
It's like, no, but the boxes are yours.
Get out of my boxatorium!
Okay, those are my two. Someone else, please tell me it bad. Make sure it's not just me.
No,
having
my
bad
family in
trips.
school loved me. I didn't go on any bad trips ever.
Yeah,
God.
the only bad trip I could think of was kind of like bad was when I went to China when I was a kid with my uncle. He took me there for like a month, right?
Yeah.
I remember we took this tour group and we were like fucking staying with monks and shit.
How old were you, by the way?
I was like fucking 10, 11, 12.
And what are the
something like
vibes
that.
of the monks?
Bro, it was just a shitty breakfast every morning. I just remember. It was like fucking like a steamed bun and some veggies and stuff.
You were
every
not
morning.
enlightened at all.
And that was like for a whole week, bro. You know what I mean?
God.
And I remember my uncle was like, I should have came here with, because he was dating like my cousin's nanny at the time. And he married her, by the way.
Oh, wow.
But he was like, I should have brought her with me.
It's like, why did I
Alright.
bring you?
So he's sitting there with some monks eating a steam bun in the morning on a tranquil like Chinese mountain. He's like, you know what would fucking make this like
If you weren't
quest
here.
to enlightenment better?
Yeah.
Some pussy.
Okay,
Your
Robert, you
uncle
got to have
rules,
one.
dude. Fucking
That
love
uncle
it.
too. I remember when I was a kid. This is actually a funny story. I was telling my little, because that's
Yes.
remember Hannah.
Yes.
So like my little cousin that was working at the shop. That's her dad. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So I remember when I was a kid, he had a crazy ass fucking ex-girlfriend. And this is a total sidetrack, but we had like an old Dodge Durango back in the day.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Dodge Durango.
Baller.
man.
That was
You
my-
got
that was
one
our
now,
family
best
car.
car.
This fucking crazy ass bitch fucking threw pink paint on her fucking windshield and shit.
Wow.
So like I was driving, I remember driving that shit in high school and there was like remnants of like pink paint on there.
God damn.
But I was like fucking 7 or 8 years old or something. And I remember my mom just like comes home from work all tired as fuck and it's like fucking late as fuck, right? She's like, yeah, we gotta go. And she grabs me and then we pull up. You know where Arapahoe High School is?
yeah.
You know that like fucking like little center across? There's a Chinese restaurant in there.
Yeah, where that
Okay.
Cece's Pizza used to be.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Fucking come to find out there's a bunch of cops like all around. I'm just a fucking kid.
What
in
the
car.
fuck?
My mom gets out and my uncle hops in the car and he's just bleeding. And it's like, oh, it turns out this fucking lady stabbed him, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Pretty wild. Yeah,
What's
pretty
up
cool.
with the men in your family getting stabbed? Your dad's got that stab wound?
I don't. Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, my dad has a stab wound under his heart.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he was
His
actually.
dad-
My dad was a baller in China,
Yeah.
and it says
Shit.
that he ran a hotel,
Yeah.
and they were doing stuff. You know what I
Of
mean?
course.
God damn.
And he was a sketchy guy, I will say, back in the day, and he got a stab wound underneath his fucking heart. Like you
my
can fucking
God.
pull up a shirt, you'll see the
That's
fucking
so
That's
wound.
fucking so
Crazy.
badass.
And then he's all like, yeah. Once that happened, I just kind of decided.
And I'm going to
get
the
out
plastic box factory.
He was like,
man.
I decided to get out of China.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I just got your mom pregnant and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I was like, knowing me, if I was raised in China in that environment, I probably would have been like a
You'd be
triad.
wild.
You
Yeah,
also
So
stabbed your
big,
dad.
Yeah,
I can't imagine full-blood Chinese band.
yeah, no.
Triad Ben.
Triad bet. Actually,
Yeah,
'cause,
he's
like,
got
I would have
the
grown up in
same-
Hong Kong or some
Yeah.
shit,
He's
bro.
just
like,
as rambunctious, but good at math now.
And he has
So,
a face tattoo.
Yeah.
Dude,
We're
he's a
fucked.
big-
I'm really good with a meat cleaver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, what's your trip, Rob? To track. Sorry.
No, you're good. Honestly, I don't have any good ones. I really don't.
There wasn't like a camping trip that
No
sucked
trips
ass.
to
No,
Mexico
no.
with the family where you
With the
saw your
family?
dad
It
in
was
the
a weird
shower for too
pastor.
long and he locked the door and peed on you a little bit.
Nope.
Jesus.
All of them, a lot of them were just bad, but not like fun, entertaining bad. They
Like
were
how
just
so? Like,
bad.
what was the
Okay, but
worst
give
one?
what
It's
were your
just a lot of
irks?
family issues.
Give me
No
some
trips
general
to Mexico
irks.
where your dad locked you in the bathroom with him where he peed on you in a little
okay,
bit.
you know what? Actually, you just reminded me of something. A trip to Mexico. Okay, no.
P trip.
I don't think I
Put up
have.
the P trip intro.
I only got good ones that I remember from Mexico. I don't remember any bad ones really.
Okay, what's like a good one? What's like a very heartwarming family memory?
Why does he get the heartwarming moment?
Because
I
all of
can't
us
think
are
of any bad
all of
ones.
us are severely
fucked up.
I was
traumatized.
gonna say, I can't think of any bad ones that are worth sharing. I'll just say that much. I remember going up for karaoke, and me and my sister.
How old are you?
I am 14, I think, at the
Okay.
time. Yeah. And me and my sister are singing karaoke, and we're doing Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. And,
How obnoxious.
Good song.
Aw.
and
How fucking
We had
obnoxious of
such a
14-yeold
good
Robert
time.
to go up there.
So cute.
and then I got up there, and I was so nervous that I put my head down, I threw my fucking fist
Oh,
up.
shit!
And but I was like so nervous, I didn't want to look at the crowd. I was like, oh god.
Don't you forget about me.
Yeah.
Don't.
No, that was great, man. Then there was an iguana that had gone to the pool, and there was a guy who went like, "Oh, there's a tiny Godzilla in the pool."
That's so cute.
I remember that being the joke of the whole trip. That was
These
great.
are just beautiful memories. Fuck you.
I
We
don't
want
have
something uncomfortable.
because
Yeah.
I pushed the bad memories way back.
Rob, I'm imagining you giggle and move your chubby little arms like, chubby Godzilla.
Robert has the most idealistic childhood.
No, I do not.
Oh,
Those
You
are the
seem
good
to have,
parts.
you
That's
definitely have the least traumatizing. It
That's
sounds
repression.
Like
No, I
sometimes.
don't. What are you talking about? I couldn't give you the bad ones because they're bad.
That's fair.
I
That's why I
got
want to
like
hear 'em.
kind of bad ones. I feel like the bad trips I've been on have all just been like as an adult.
Really?
Yeah, where it's just like I'm gonna
Well, my
go.
best trips have been as an adult.
I'm gonna go here of my own volition. Oh no, this is a mistake, and I have a cop throwing me in a car or something.
Have
It
we?
just sucks. We're not talking about Arizona. No.
Rom already brought it up earlier today and texting me about it, so I
Yeah.
feel like it's in the cards to talk about.
Oh,
it on
yeah,
the
You heard this
podcast.
one?
You've heard it. You've lived it. This is the story.
Yeah, this is that story.
That's
How do
we've
we
told
tell
this
it
story a
again?
lot.
How do we tell it for the podcast, though?
Has it ever been posted, the story?
No.
No?
never.
How do we approach it? Because
So,
I think
I
we
guess-
should
I
talk
guess
about it on the podcast.
For the listener
post
out
this
there,
one, yes.
David and I had the story that it was just a traumatic event that happened to the two of us when we were about 18 or 19. That in our little circle of partying and shitbags and delinquents,
Hi.
that story would
Yeah,
just
that's
come
me.
back to us, where we
Oh,
would
okay,
hear
that
that story told to us again, where a guy told me that story as if it happened to him. So it reached like
Reached a
our
lot of
little
ears.
bubbles like.
And I do think it's an entertaining story. Is the fucked up part. Like
Yeah,
I've
but
used it in
the-
my
the
adult life as a
entirety
source
of
of
this
entertainment.
Were we talking about the?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anime convention.
Scene.
Scene.
Opening.
Well, do you guys, where do you want to
Should
start?
I do like just the
Just describe this individual and then go into the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way to do it.
We don't have to even censor this guy's name because I think this guy's name encapsulates his vibe.
Yeah.
Kyle.
And also, I'm just saying,
He is definitely a Kyle, bro.
give a few days leading up, like how
Yeah,
this all
yeah,
came
of course.
together.
How do you? So me and Ron went to elementary school with this guy, and we've known him a long time. This Kyle.
Yeah,
And
this is the problem about partying with people from your hometown.
Yeah,
is
for sure. Because we all used to like go to Robert's house, and we
Robert
all,
had the
And just be degenerate. Yeah.
Yep. I had the trap house.
just yeah for the boys wiki. Just it would have the trap house article of Rob was the first of us to move out because he was so fucking eager to get out of his parents' place.
Yeah, he
Moved
did not
out
like
with
living
the
at his
shittiest,
home.
methiest roommates ever.
and he had this
And then-
revolving cast of roommates. So it's like every
Yeah.
couple months there'd be like a new fucker
really
there.
wasn't
and
too
Just
he'd
a
bad.
be
new
like,
Yeah.
goblin posted up
Yeah.
under the stairs.
Yeah.
And there's always
so
random goblins everywhere.
This was the place we would fucking just go party. Like we're 18, 19. We want to get away from our
Yep.
families.
Yep.
We
We
Well,
go.
don't want to get
young.
away from everything. We want to
Yeah.
get away from reality.
We
Yeah,
all
and
know
we're
we all
doing
know this
every
fucking-
drug under the sun here.
Literally, we know
Yeah.
all these little druggies that
People
just
are
come
having
and hang out.
psychotic breaks. We know
Yep.
fucking rapists and
People are
murderers
coming with guns
shuffling
to the
through
house
here.
and shit, dude.
It's
Drug
rough.
dealers all.
It's
all
rough.
of them.
I mean, yeah, but
Again,
like,
I described this, but that one, there's a song by Joji that he does, like Glimpse of Us, he does the music video. That literally is kind of the vibe, like kind of methy.
was.
Yeah, we'll
kind
put
of
in
like-
clips.
Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
because I think that does show it really well.
Yep.
And so he would just show, this Kyle guy would just kind of show up, and we were friends with him. At least I
it was nice
friends
to
with
see a
him.
familiar face while you were doing like lines of cocaine
Yeah.
off a record, pretending your
Yeah.
life was a movie.
If I'm
Yeah,
K-holing, at least I know the guy's face next to me.
Yeah,
Especially when like it's somebody that maybe you had beef or you saw a side of them that was the normal, but now you're seeing the party side and you're like, oh, you're really cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
oh,
kinda
we're all
You do
interesting.
drugs too?
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, not to say your experience for you, but from Rob's experience, it must be wild because Rob's kind of like, I mean, not to throw you under the bus, like you're like kind of a nerdy guy in high school, right?
He was the guy that'd be playing Dota and be like, get out of my room, guys.
Well, yeah, because I was
Yeah.
a ghost and I really didn't like high school
But,
in
like,
the slightest, and I didn't have a lot of friends, if
you-
any.
You
so.
you had acquaintances, but you were just like a friendly fucking nerd.
Yeah.
That's it, yep.
And it was just like, oh hey, we're going to this nerd's place to do rails of cocaine.
I guess that kind of explains my perspective of him when we were young, because I had met him. I didn't go to high school with him.
Right.
Yeah.
We all met when
associated-
we were like 18.
Yeah, because all of our fucking friends all worked at the fucking Discount Tires, America's Tire,
Yeah,
whatever the
so
fuck.
it was like
Yeah.
our friend group, and
Yeah.
Kyle was a part of that friend group, and there's a lot of weird people that were a part of our friend group by proxy.
Yep.
And that's what happens when you have a lot of roommates with a lot of people they know that do a lot of drugs
That's
together.
what happens when you have like just a funnel for lost kids, all
Yeah.
kind of like
True.
going
Yeah,
into one
yeah.
localized area.
Yep.
Because we had rapists, we had murderers, we had attempted school shooters.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, we
We
did.
We went
did have
camping
our-
with one.
Holy shit, we did.
We
Yeah, that's
had
right.
a lot of fucking shit.
Yeah,
We had
some of those people
people
are
who
dead.
would later take their
A
own
lot of
lives.
them
We
are
had
dead, yeah.
fucking it just
Goes on and on and on.
it goes
really.
on and on and on. It is a traumatic fucking place,
Oh yeah,
but it was also really fun.
Yeah.
It's
it was.
It's also
it's
when
fun
we started
you're
to
in the
be
eye of the
friends.
hurricane, but when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
out of it, you're like, holy fucking
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah, I actually did all that shit.
Holy
dude.
shit! I saw a pencil go through a light pole.
Well, with
holy
that,
shit!
it's important to like give credit for our friend group in this podcast to that time though, because that's how I met Ben.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know Ben before this time,
Yeah.
and now look
Then-
at you. It's crazy that
It's
all
weird
these years
that
later,
we were all the
right?
guys that just survived it. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
or the ones that just adapted out of it in the most healthy way.
Well, the people who said, "I don't want to live like this. This is stupid."
Yeah, this is a shitty reality.
There's
This is a
some
really
people.
bad
I
reality.
feel like there's some people who filtered in and out of there who are
Yeah.
still in that sludge.
Oh, absolutely.
But
True.
segues aside, we're in this environment. Kyle's in this environment where it is just a buffet of drugs, and he is trying anything to his heart's delight. Has a mental breakdown and gets in a fight with another one of our friends. Our
time?
friend ends up having to put him in a headlock and like subdue him. He goes off wandering, muttering to himself, and this is like a day after me and David are like, hey, we're going to Arizona on a road trip. You want to come with us? It'd be fun, and it'd split the prices, and it'd be nice.
And
Look, I know
it
you're
was-
feeling kind of bad now, but
And we all had we had talked about it in like drunk talk so much
Right.
already that it
Yeah.
definitely had already been rolling a little bit. So it's like he had already bought the tickets and we had already saved the money to go.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was just it was bad
This is
timing
months
because we were
of
leaving in
planning.
a couple days.
Yep.
We're about to leave. He goes ballistic. And we end up having to have a talk with Kyle. We sit him on a swing set, and we have a talk with him. We're like, hey, man, you've had a rough few days, these past few days. We don't hate you. No one hates you.
Yep.
What's going on? And he's like, I'm okay. I just gotta stay sober, And we're like, all right. We're too young and dumb, and we're also drugged the fuck up.
And also full of cum.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is back in the days, back when we could come.
Yeah.
The
For
glory
the
days.
depression.
without it being a struggle, yeah.
Before- So, anyways, we go on a road trip with this Kyle fella because we have zero threat awareness.
Yeah.
Me and David are retarded at this point. We're going to Arizona to meet a couple girls. This is stupid.
Yeah.
It is stupid to bring a third party who's losing his goddamn mind, but we don't also realize the threat of the situation. We're just like, hey, we're two fucking dumb guys.
Lack of inhibitions, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that was the drive there. I remember
Drive there, we're high as shit. We end up in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yeah.
And we're like, God damn it, we overshot it. We missed Phoenix by a day.
and
Fuck.
we're about to go to the real Las Vegas, and it was the most ghetto ass town.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we were so fucked up. It was like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, where you're
Yeah.
just and then the bats started coming out.
Meanwhile, we're having fun in the front seat. We don't know if Kyle's tweaking balls in the back, just listening to me and David's shitty, what do we listen to? Shitty, surf rock and shit like that.
I remember
Fiddler.
the
There's a lot of
playlist I
Fiddler.
had at the time was pretty unhinged, so we were listening to just tons of Death Grips and just
Okay.
lots.
100
like,
gex.
Yeah.
That was before the 100 gex time. That was,
Oh.
but there was it was all over the place. So I'm sure he was
This is-
slowly degrading the whole time,
this
and we
is
just didn't realize it.
a CIA torture wagon, pretty much. We were just
It's MK Ultra all the way.
just blast.
Hotboxing the car. Just,
Yeah. Oh my God, man, Yeah, I would lose my mind too if this was my
This is your
This
reality.
is my ride. This is
Yeah.
my way in and out of the state I'm going to. Is these two fucking jack-offs. But yeah, we end up in the hotel. Go to the convention, whatever. It is whatever for day one, right? I take some videos, get some silly videos of David. We also do realize Kyle is kind of strange.
Yeah, he kind of starts
drifting a little bit.
He does this thing where he starts just kind of like.
He's with us. He's excited to go see some of the
I
things.
will say I do remember like periods where you'd like talk to him like right before like I drop acid or some shit, and he just fucking mumble some words and shit and fucking.
Yeah, and that was
like,
kind
cool,
of the
man.
habit we saw come out a little bit more. Was just like this
He'd be
weird
excited
talking
for
under
some,
his breath.
Some things like, oh my god, they got the fucking
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Oh man, they got something for Parasite. That's coming out soon. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah.
And then we're like posted outside of there, and then like he'll just, the fog is coming. What?
What?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I wish
Alright.
I collect because at one point I started collecting things he said because it was so like unhinged.
Yeah.
At one point he was just like laser blades.
So I do remember the
Laser
slow
blades.
devolve too, because I remember meeting him like way back before like a bunch of the drugs maybe, or
Yeah.
like right at the beginning maybe.
Yep.
And he seemed like just like a normal white dude. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yep.
That's day one.
Yeah.
day one, that's what we do. We hang out, we play Nintendo with the girls, we all get high, it's whatever. It's a kind of a fucking awkward, tense time.
And I feel like I dragged them along on like my little quest for love through all of this. Like I was definitely
David
going.
wanted.
Yeah, and this like we won't get into the details of who these people are, obviously, but like I was just like enamored with this person, and I had just gone through like a pretty traumatic breakup before that, so it was like my heart was riding on this trip.
Honestly, that makes it more exciting. I mean, you got to do stuff like that. Imagine if you didn't do that. I know, like,
It is. When
With it-
you're
yeah.
18, you have to drive 10 hours for pussy sometimes.
true.
That's the thing
It's
is,
just fair.
if Kyle wasn't there, this would have gone a lot better. But as people will find out here
David
soon.
would be a
It would have been
father.
a happy moment. It would have
But-
been a happy memory. Yeah.
That's why, even if it didn't turn out good with this girl, doing that kind of experience is like awesome to say that you did that.
And I
I
feel
think
like
that's cool.
I don't know. I like
I think it's cool.
it was, but I was so blind. I think the important point to make
Put
is
the
like
Jim can't swim voiceover. This is before he killed the girl.
The black and white was zooming on your face slowly, you know, as it paused.
because I don't know. I have guilt about a lot of what transpires after
Me too.
this.
Yeah.
So
Because we
it's like
put them in a
important to
bad
preference that
situation.
I feel bad about being so oblivious in retrospect.
Young and full of cum, bro.
True.
Young and full account.
So day two, things really start to go south, and I don't
Day
remember.
two, I remember. I don't know if you remember our sick ass Uber driver that took
Yes.
us to the con.
I do remember
The old man who was like, "Yeah, it normally says to go around the highway, but the city streets take you faster in Phoenix." And this guy just.
It's like, you ever see a Sbarro?
Still got
I was
Kmart.
like, they're still kicking somehow.
Yeah. Fucking,
Oh, that's awesome.
someone's getting to-go pizzas.
Cigarette,
Someone's,
anybody?
yeah, right here.
Here, no, I'll finish my pack, please. I need to get rid of this shit.
You got it.
But yeah, we get to the convention. Outside of the convention is when things start going awry. But we're outside talking. We're having our good time, and we see him off talking to a homeless guy. And do you remember what he's saying to the homeless guy?
I don't remember what he says to him, but I remember what he ended up
He's-
doing.
He says, "I really think you're gonna need this," and he gives him his entire fucking wallet,
Jesus.
full of like $300 cash, all of the money for the trip that we had.
Yep.
Not like collective,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
that's
his money
that's
for the
money
trip.
to
His
fucking
portion.
survive on,
Yep.
So
yeah.
the entire reason of getting this fucking asshole out here of like cheaper gas, that's out the window because he just gave it to a homeless guy.
Yep.
And I can't talk to the homeless guy and be like, "Hey,
get that money
my
back,
friend,
I need it."
he's a little fucked up and he gave you his wallet. He didn't mean to." No.
Yeah, you don't want an
No.
Indian give from a homeless
Yeah,
guy.
you
You
can't be
can't-
like, never mind, bro.
Yeah. But I also remember, I don't know if this was the next day, but it doesn't really matter. We'll press fast forward.
It's only
and
day
get
two,
to the details.
because we only got 2 days in.
So, oh yeah, exactly. So at one point he has like an Android, and I don't know how he managed to do this because I didn't see him do it, but he ended up closing it like a flip phone. Like he crushed it in his hands
God.
into a U shape and like bent the fucking top of his phone
fuck?
screen down. Like he closed. I don't know fucking how he
He
did
just
it.
decided
Like
to
he
flip-
closed it in his
He
fucking
made it a
hand.
flip. Holy shit, dude.
So he has not only given away all his money, but destroyed his phone
Oh my
in
God.
the craziest way I've ever
possible.
seen.
What a psycho!
Fucking just testing his magneto
And still,
power.
me and Rom are trying to cling to hope. We're like, he's fine. He's fine.
He's not having a
He's
meltdown, bro.
We just gotta get to the Cowboy Bebop Expo. We just gotta get to the Cowboy Bebop Expo. Everything's gonna be okay. But
Holy shit! That's amazing.
Holy shit, I didn't know about that.
I
I'm
never
telling
knew
you,
about that. It's
each
amazing.
time I tell it, there's more details I
Yeah,
haven't
seriously,
exposed.
so we have a little conference, the two of us. We're like, well, things are going crazy. But we're gonna ride this out. We're gonna get you some poon. And we're gonna get some really shitty, overpriced merch. This is gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
We're gonna make some lemonade out of it.
And we're like, Kyle, be good.
Kyle, stop being
nothing
fucking.
And I
the
remember
break,
just like
buddy.
I remember thinking I was like, I'm acting like my mom right now, where I'm just like, hey, stop.
Oh, jeez. Except
Stand
you
up.
were absolutely in
What'd
the
you just
right
say?
to
But
do
yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Your toddler's not giving away hundreds of dollars in crushing
Yeah.
technology.
So, okay, we'll get to like we'll get to the fake finale before the actual finale now. So, how do we go about telling a sad story in a funny way?
Just start telling it, bro.
This is fucked up.
You
This
start
is
telling
not funny. What happened? This is something that to this
I'll
day.
laugh, bro.
it's
Don't
so
worry.
we
It's
all
so bad,
started
that's why we're
crying,
laughing.
and we had to use AI to edit this into laughter. Like this is tears.
All right,
Yep.
let's go.
So, we go. We at one point are at like a hot tub, and we're like hot
So
tubbing
fucked
together, and it was all these people were non-binary at the time, so we've been fucking up by saying she, but one of
pretty
them
funny.
identified as a boy at the time, but had this like
She's.
yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
She was wearing this fucking white kind of
She's a
see-through.
she now, so it's okay to say.
Yeah, like this white kind of see-through bathing suit, which is not like bad by any means. Go ahead,
but
wear
when
what
you
you
hop
want to
in
wear.
water-
It was dark. They got it at the convention and just like showed way more of their tits than I think they realized
Yeah.
and or was expecting. And I think this kind of drove Kyle a weird way off the rails. And he proceeded to just like really fixate on this person and just like be really threatening to this
Made
person.
her very uncomfortable. To which the arrangement of the hot tub was like girl me, girl Dave, opposite side. Like when you see two dudes at a hotel hot tub and they're like, we're not gay.
Yeah, we have to be far
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
And he was like obviously like physically being exiled from the group a little bit.
Yeah, he was like about 3-4 feet away from us.
And he was saying insane shit the whole day. So he would be like, and they'd be really sweet. They'd be like, what? Like, what'd you say?
Right.
Your friend's so funny.
But and
Like, oh.
and I'll let Rom take it from here because I think you have a more direct connection about what happens next.
So after the hot tubbing, after we get dressed and go back to the room, and we're like, okay, this is a weirdly tense night. Oh, I'm telling this wrong. I'm so sorry. Actually, rewind. Girl with the tits, girl with the boobs, boy with the boobs. Actually, at this point, but is crying.
Yeah.
And her friend is actually the one telling me, like, hey, we got to talk about Kyle.
Ah, okay.
I'm like, all right, I'm all ears. What the fuck's going on?
Right.
So there's a little more urgency here. And she says that Kyle had gestured very aggressively towards this woman, pinned his arm up to a wall, boxing her in, like stopping her from moving, and gestured at her and went, you and me, we're going to happen one way or another.
That is the most anime protagonist thing I've ever seen in my life.
It is, and that's the fucked
That's
up part.
antagonist.
It's very
It's
antagonist,
because
yeah.
that's such a crazy connection because I never thought about it like
That's
that.
like
Yeah,
a-
me either, actually.
That's a rape threat with like some fucking weight.
That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
You know?
it is.
Like, there's like, you know, like you just pass it. You know, we're going through Denver, and there's like a homeless guy screaming at my girlfriend, just going like, "Yes, suck my dick, baby!" And it's like, ah, that guy's not very threatening.
Right.
Yeah.
But this guy,
Like, no, he got in her face.
he was
bro.
in her
like,
face,
yeah.
very threatening. But like the guy's shitting his pants, like.
And
sitting
he's not a
down.
small dude, dude. Like,
No, he's big.
He's a
like
big fucking guy,
6'4",
dude, like-
pretty
Big guy.
muscular. This is me and Dave's like most beta era too.
True.
We're 18, 19. We're fucking fat kids.
right.
We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Right.
Modern us, we would have just been like, all right, well, you smashed your phone and you gave up your money.
Get
Good
fucked.
luck.
Yep.
Good luck getting a Greyhound. You know,
Get fucked.
get
Get
fucked.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of our hotel room, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah. We should
Yeah.
have just like whooped his ass then and there.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel worst about now.
Yeah.
But we still did the right thing because at one point we take the worst Uber ride of our life, the whole group. And I haven't heard any of this. Like Rom has not had to use telepathy to me yet and communicate this to my brain. So I'm just like still so love struck in this Uber and being
Yeah.
like, oh, what are we gonna do tonight? Like I can't wait to sleep together. It's gonna
Meanwhile,
be so fun.
I'm sitting there like, just playing defense, like
Right.
just being meat between Kyle and these two girls
Yeah.
as we like Uber to our destination so that we can get to our rental car. And Yeah.
So basically, we get out of the car. Rom tells me what's up, and we're like, okay, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
And then we fucking take off, and then we. Well, I don't remember this part super clearly.
I regret it too. Is like we told the girls, we're like, hey, we're sorry about all this. We're sorry that Kyle came here, threatened to rape you. This was a lovely time. We brought a shit ton of weed. We're gonna leave you a good amount of our weed and our dab rig, as in I'm sorry, because also we're packing up quick. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and I don't want to have to hide all this shit and wrap it in towels and like.
But we still have a lot of weed. Arizona's super illegal at this point in time. This is about 2014, 15 at the point. So it's a mandatory 2 years, like just immediate 2 years prison
Colorado
sentence.
just like fucking legalized it at that point.
Exactly.
I think, too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. What could go fucking wrong?
Right.
Also, we've been high this entire trip. We've just been two high, horny boys hanging out in Arizona.
It's like bacon in the sun, literally.
We haven't slept. There's been zero fucking sleep on this trip. So I'm driving back. I'm tired of shit. And I told David, hey man, we're gonna have to pull over soon.
Yeah.
I'm tired of shit and I'm gonna crash your car. And just going through this desert nightscape, there's nothing, right? We've been driving for I don't know how long, but we're in Flagstaff, Arizona at this point. And the one beacon lit in the desert is just Subway. It's the only standing structure.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Jared Fogle.
We're here.
Save me, Jared.
Yeah,
Fogle.
we were so desperate, we were groveling to Jared in our big pants.
I want to lose weight too, Jared.
Jared Fogle.
We
save
were like,
us.
please, anything.
Save me, Jared Fogle.
I could have it my way, you know.
We haven't been having it our way. We need it our way.
I need it my way.
Have it your way, Burger King. You fucking hack.
Oh, that's not Subway?
That's the wrong
Have
one.
a foot long this whole time.
Eat fresh, bro.
We were eating fresh the whole time. Thank you, Kaeli.
Thank you, Kaylee.
She remembers the taglines better than any of us.
I know.
So, okay, at this
Having
point,
your way makes so much sense, though. Sorry.
It's
no,
better
it's-
than
it's-
better than their other tagline they used to have, where Jared Fogle would just like run after a kid and go, "Come here!" Come here.
Subway for kids.
So we pull in
The Subway. The 24-hour Subway.
Right.
our church, our steeple, and we pull over and we tell Kyle, "We're gonna sleep." And I remember pointing my finger at him like an angry dad. I say, "Don't do anything fucking crazy." Like we're
He said that exactly, verbatim, by the way.
Yeah.
and
So he was in the car. You didn't leave him at all.
No, he was in the back seat.
he's in the back seat. We instantly pass out.
Right.
And we're like, oh, fuck, dude, sucks.
Yep.
Wake up to the sun in my face. Beautiful. Birds chirping. Psych. Cops flashlight. Fuck.
And we fucking instantly panic. Obviously, we're like, ah!
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, because I've never been.
have no
I've never been woken up by a fucking SWAT team with
Yeah, just
like
fucking
guns
smacking on your window
right
and
in front of
stuff.
me
You know how they
before.
do.
But we wake up and we're like, fuck, brother.
Yep.
Oh, we're
Wasted.
probably groggy as fuck. We probably look so fucking high. We probably reek like weed.
We
And
are
we're just
so
like,
fucking high.
We're like, ah!
Yeah.
And so I remember the cops were like, something they said to Ron that I thought was unfair was they're like, we can tell you guys are high because your friend tried to get up when he's still wearing his seatbelt.
I was like, I just woke up, bro.
Yeah,
You
damn.
jolted me awake and I got my seatbelt on.
Oh.
So
You
they-
should be proud of me for sleeping safe.
Yeah.
look, so in retrospect, here at the finale of our tale, why did the cops tell us what he said inside of the subway? Why did they
Doesn't
make sure to tell
doesn't
us
matter.
what he said?
He knew it'd be a good story because
Yeah.
this cop tells us he's like, well, he's talking to me. He's grilling me pretty good because I'm in the driver's seat. He's like, what do you guys have in the car? Blah 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 blah. Are you guys okay to drive? I'm like, I'm fine to drive. There's nothing in the car. He's like, what did your friend have? I'm like, which one? And because there's two other cops interrogating Kyle outside. I'm like, the one outside? He hasn't had anything. I don't know what he's had. We're just here on a road trip, you know.
Because we really didn't know. We're like, we don't fucking know.
No, we
guys.
don't know.
We don't know
What
what
has
his
he
fucking
done?
deal
Like,
is.
Yeah.
And I told the cop in earnest, I'm like, me and this guy are mostly friends. This guy's like an acquaintance, and we're just on a trip with him to make it cheaper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put him
And-
under the bus, dude.
And yeah, no.
Yep.
And we
fucking-
did.
We did.
Good.
Well, because like if there was any drugs in the car, not ours.
Not ours.
Right.
Not
It's
ours,
his.
man. It is.
Yep.
100%.
Because the cop told us, he's like, well, the reason why we got called is because the woman in that subway called us terrified because your friend ran in there demanding that she pray for him. He apparently screamed at the top of his lungs 4 or 5 times, pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. And we got called to the scene of the crime, and here we are. Now, how do we go about this? And he tells me this. And I just go, I'm good to drive.
And I just remember being like, no, but like I can drive if he's too tired to drive. We can leave.
We can leave. We can leave
The
here.
officer, this all could go away.
The option is clear. We can go.
We can go, please.
Because he did say, how do we go about this? And he just tells us, there's a motel up the road 10 minutes. Go there. I don't want to see your car. And we're like, thank you, God, thank you, God.
But we didn't have money for fucking no motel.
Doesn't
So we
matter,
ended
see
up,
you at the
we just
parking
like drove away, went back on the highway, and slept on the on-ramp for like 2 hours. Like we just pull off the highway on like a little like shitty ass little offshoot
Yeah.
on like a
Find a truck
dirt road
stop.
and just fucking sleep in this field for 3 hours, and then we drive back to Colorado in silence.
Yep.
And we listened to Phoenix Radio on the way out, listening to Death Cab for Cuties.
Yeah, it's Ghost of Beverly Drive.
Great song.
And
Put
we
Kyle
just
back
like
in your car, right?
Oh yeah, we got Kyle. We got
Kyle
our,
was there
That's what I
too.
thought.
Okay, so you
He
did-
told the
it's-
cop realized we're not the threat.
Yeah.
Puts us in the car and says, "Get your friend home. I don't want to see this car on the road."
Yeah.
You know.
Why did you guys sleep at the motel? Just wondering. Not the money wise, but I'm saying.
Oh
the
well,
car,
actually,
like in the car.
it wasn't even money. Like I had money. We stopped at the motel, but they were all booked up.
No, I don't remember
shit.
that.
It was
Okay.
Flagstaff, Arizona, and I don't
It
know
was
why.
like 4th of
motels
July
are-
weekend.
Yeah, I don't know why motels are booked up so heavy there, but hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's basically
good
the
July skiing. Yeah, we
Yes.
get back.
I guess you guys can mention his little antics when you guys got back.
We get
too.
back,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
yeah.
tell the story to all the people
Yeah.
at Rob's Trap House.
Yep.
And they adore this story. They're
It's a
like,
great
this
story.
is a great
it's-
story.
it's awesome.
This is cool. That guy's a rapist.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And we tell everybody, hey, avoid this guy.
Yep.
Because this guy threatened to rape a girl. This is a bad
You guys
guy.
successfully ostracized a man, which is so funny to me
No.
because
We
nobody
did not.
associated with
That
that.
is that is
No,
the
he
big point of
disappeared after
shame.
that shit.
The big point of shame is boy cried wolf, whatever the fuck. David and I never came out with any crazy stories like this.
It was the cause was acid.
The
though.
cause was acid. He was
Yeah.
perma
This was
tripping.
after.
That was
He
before,
fucked
right?
up and he perma tripped, and then
Okay.
after that he never was the
So
same.
there were clear signs.
But
So-
a big thing that we kind of theorized about this guy is that he had like some kind of like late development schizophrenia that he really activated with all the psychedelics he was doing.
Right,
Yep.
He did a lot of these fucking things. Stopped being able to distinguish reality. Another crazy thing that we completely left out of the story, and I'm sorry, is maybe why he smashed his phone too. Is he was hallucinating that there was a girl there with us.
Oh.
A blonde,
Another girl
that he used to know when he was like in elementary school. That he had like a crush on.
Right.
And he was hallucinating that she was there talking to him and stuff like that, and that she didn't want to see him anymore. And I think maybe that's why he crushed his phone. But the fact that he was this far gone from reality, we tell people, hey, Kyle's nuts. You know, this guy's punching holes through walls. He's chugging Monster Energy drinks. He's living up to the name.
Yep.
Avoid Kyle.
Yeah.
And he told people like, bro, I was like possessed. Like, I
Yeah.
swear to God, there was like a demon inside
I
me
didn't
during
know
that
this.
trip,
Is
bro."
that what he says now?
I cut
probably?
contact completely, so I didn't know about
I've
the
heard this
possession.
secondhand from other people that I've
Okay.
talked to about it, and
Yeah.
he just claims during that time that he was like, oh, I was possessed.
I mean, what else can you do? I guess.
He was
Fucking
very
try to live after
religious.
that shit too.
He
Yeah.
actually was very
Yeah.
religious as
Yeah.
well. So
Because what's funny is I remember like anytime I've heard the story, it's never been in this detail.
me
Yeah.
neither.
So it's always been like kind of a funny ha 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 ha, fucking story
Yeah.
in a way. I mean, obviously the whole rape thing has always been like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
No, but when
But-
you just clip that part, and
Yeah.
then you spin it to be
The rest
funny
of it
because like,
is-
oh, we're making a joke right
Yeah,
now.
isn't
Well,
it
we were also
crazy?
presenting it on the podcast.
Isn't
for
it
entertainment.
crazy how off the deep end this guy went? Like, yeah,
Exactly,
in a crowd
exactly.
setting, we made this story funny. To the extent, and I said it earlier, like some dude at a party told me this story back to me.
Yeah.
Like it happened to him. And he's like, and like it's just funny getting the Bizarro version. He's like, yeah, we went to a road trip to Maine, and after eating a bad lobster, he shit on a girl.
What the fuck?
All right, man. Yeah.
Like-
I think at one point he like left shit there, and I remember the girls in Arizona like mailed it out to me, and I like paid for it. It was like $30. It wasn't much,
Yeah.
but they were like, hey, like there is some shit that like Kyle left here that
We
we
don't
don't want.
Yeah.
and I remember we gave it back to him. And what his remark is that, or I gave it back to him. I don't know if you were there, but it's like I gave it back to him. And he's like, I've been hearing a lot of rumors about me lately, and I'm like, bro, what fucking rumors?
Yeah.
Like this is what you did.
I wasn't there for that. I wish I was.
Because
Things would have gone different.
Yeah.
I'd be in prison.
So I'm surprised you gave him his shit back, because
Yeah.
honestly, that would have been in the garbage.
Well,
There's a
because
laptop
the
in
last
there.
interaction I have with him texting me is like he brought Rampage for the N64 in on this trip with us.
Oh my god.
And he just texts me like, yeah, you can keep that N64 game, by the way. And I just replied, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
See, from my perspective, I was like I was the guy that was just getting high there. You know what I mean? So I,
So you just heard the story.
yeah, I just heard the story.
Yeah.
So I was like, this guy just disappeared at some point.
He
That's
did.
all I remember.
We tell people,
Yeah.
avoid this fucking, avoid the noise.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah, I love all these usable podcasts we're getting right
I
now,
just
guys.
imagine him petting a cat in the corner.
Thanks for all this usable content.
Yeah, this is a lot. It's gonna be cut.
Holy shit.
Especially when it's our editor.
Yes, the excellent rape episode, my favorite.
What delectable This is what I subscribe for.
Sometimes when it's late at night, I put on my pajamas and listen to my favorite podcast for the boys.
I'm going to ring that bell.
And I listen to the rape episodes.
I'm so
I
glad.
love the rape podcast.
And it's so funny with their long
I
extended
put on
story.
my slippers. And I listen to my favorite episode.
The best part. This is just Emmanuel's reaction right now. Bro.
No, don't name drop our best fan.
Oh God, what fans anymore?
Yeah, for real. For real. They all went to 0 right after
Here,
that.
can we cut and go inside because I'm kind of cold, but we can keep recording?
Fucking diabetes. Yeah,
Oh
let's
my
go.
God.
Let's go.
No, I don't think they were actually on the
You guys
camping.
were
You
on-
guys
you
were
guys
on the
were
camping
for the
trip.
dunes, right?
Yeah, you weren't there with the
they
dunes.
did- okay. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
that's right.
Well, okay. This okay. Welcome back to the For the Boys
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, we had to
We
break
had to
and
go
go inside.
inside because one of us has diabetes and it's cold.
I was
Another
a
one's a
chilly.
woman. Sorry, woman.
Robert, don't alienate our audience that are women.
No, women are awesome.
Yeah, dude, we probably have one listener.
Yeah, right here.
My girlfriend, when I hold my phone up to her,
When you're like
I
watching.
hold my phone for an hour and a half until my arm
Listen.
shakes.
Listen to my
You
podcast
trapped me in your car
now.
and made me listen to an entire episode of the podcast.
That's fucking funny.
Hell
Was it
yeah.
It was
Okay, thank you.
Which one was it?
I don't know.
it was
You
one
haven't
of the
told
ones
me.
around 4th of July, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we have to rewind again because I feel like Dunes 2017 deserves its
15.
own. It was 2015. I believe
remember
Dunes.
what
Because
year at all.
how do you not remember the year? When
I
you
was
were the
fucked
one,
up,
You were the
dude.
one chanting all the time, going, Dunes 2015.
I Dunes 2015 intro.
No, that was the best part. That wasn't actually Ben's line initially. Or okay, I'm remembering it two different ways.
it
Hold
is
up.
Ben's line
No,
to me.
no, it is because when we were on the trip, I said, Ben, I think the only thing I'm actually gonna remember is you saying, "Dude, 2015," and I don't know. I think
Mister,
that's
I
what he
don't
said.
remember
Yeah.
what the year was.
I don't think I remember how fucked up I was.
Yeah,
Bro. Like,
yeah.
This is back
bro, I
when
watched
Ben
Boone.
was smoking
I watched,
weed.
I watched Boone fucking take 3 tabs, then walk on a cactus, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, that was
Barefoot,
painful.
I just remember hearing you guys. I remember you saying Dunes 2015
That was
all
my-
the
that
way
was my
leading up
tagline,
to
bro.
it, and
Yeah.
I remember being like, "No one invited me on this."
I thought.
I was like, "No one told
We
me
didn't
about
invite you?
Dunes 2015 other than Ben just saying it."
oh,
I
I'm
think
sorry,
I
bro.
thought. No, I'm pretty sure I invited you guys. I think
Robert,
there was a reason.
You didn't invite me to Dunes 2015.
It was the first.
I was
If
not-
I
was not
invited him, I invited you.
I was not invited,
I was
sir.
also not
Really?
invited. That's why we didn't go.
Well, doesn't matter at this point. It's whatever.
We were also busy learning what 69ing was on
We
each
did not
other.
have any crazy things that happened on this Dunes trip, okay? But this was the first time that I tripped acid, and it was very, very interesting.
Real quick, this is a funny image from the camping trip.
Dude,
This
sorry.
fucking guy. This guy is like
I
tripping.
got one more
balls.
episode.
Okay.
I don't. I'm
Start
just
again,
gonna
repeat
text
everything
more.
you said.
So he's tripping balls, right? And like it's raining, I remember. And then we're all like in a tent huddled up, and we're like, "Where the fuck is Rob?" And I peek out the tent, and I just see him fucking blasting death metal, and just by himself in his car, tripping balls.
And-
I'm not Kyle! I'm not Kyle! I swear to God!
How many camping trips do we end up with where we just end up finding Rob in his car?
That's 2 camping trips.
God damn it,
Robert
that's
ended up in
2!
his car.
That's his tagline, bro.
Or
My car's safety, alright?
Like, I need to go to my safe zone.
The car! Yes. Metal.
So, how many people went on Dunes
There was at least
2015?
15 people, I feel like.
There was a
right?
good 15
Yeah.
people, not
how many
everybody
people
drove up.
survived?
Everybody,
You know what?
everyone had a
Well,
good time.
Kylie didn't. and rest in peace her.
Yeah,
She's a
Kylie.
great
I
girl.
forgot that I didn't listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Kylie didn't have a good time. That's right.
Well, it's because like they were part of like that group that was like, oh, they get drunk and like we're college kids, you know what I mean? We're
And then we were the tripping
and
kids.
then you're just on a camping trip with a bunch of fucking
Oh.
fucks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
took
I
a bunch of
see.
sorority girls to go hang out with
Basically,
Duncan Trussell.
Yeah,
Basically, I'm kidding.
that was actually it. Yeah,
But no, Kylie was being the good girl. Wasn't like getting high
Yeah.
or doing anything crazy.
she's taking care of us.
She-
we brought no
yeah.
food.
What?
We didn't bring much food. I remember she brought all the food and shit, right?
Okay, guys.
No.
God
No.
damn.
I don't think so. That would have been fucked up.
We
I
gotta,
brought
we
my
gotta
food.
start
You're
planning
pretty dumb, bro.
these trips with more food because every time we're hallucinating,
Oh yeah, you always forget.
we never got enough food.
Yeah.
Well, now we haven't really done it as adults. You know what I mean?
Next time we're gonna go in, we're gonna be like, all right, I got my elven bread and my salt pork.
I want to talk more about that trip, but I do want to finish out this story. It was
I'll make her jealous. I want to hold hands in front of her.
See how cold my hands
Why are
are.
you so sweaty?
No, it's cold.
It's diabetes, dude.
You're like
it's diabetes
clammy.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clammy.
He's
Come on
excreting
now.
sugar, bro.
I bet he could.
Really?
He could
Like,
climb
girls
up.
wants to
This
touch.
guy could climb up
Look,
a
it's true.
glass wall.
No,
Like this guy's sticky.
I don't want to be sticky. Diabetes is his superpower.
Diabetes is my superpower. I'm unique.
I can break my finger 20 times in a day.
Oh,
But I'm
jeez.
sorry for segueing this, Rob. You were hanging out, Dunes 2015.
Uh huh.
You were tripping balls.
Yeah.
You go in. What makes you isolate from the pack?
Oh, I'll tell you this the full story. So we go for a little walk, and we all drop the tab, and we're kind of just waiting for it to happen. And
It was 3.
you got a lot of nerve. No, I took one. You
Oh,
took
was it
3.
just
I
two?
took
Okay.
1. Fuck that.
Ben's a monster.
Yeah.
Ben's
I
not a
can't do it,
pussy.
man. And
Ben's like I took 8.
The first time David and I took tabs, we lost a couple of them in like a fucking field. So I hope some kid just found them.
There's some dog eating.
We're like 3 tabs. Wind blows. 2 tabs.
Did I ever tell you the first time I tripped, I ended up driving?
I want to hear Robert finish this
Sorry,
story.
Sorry.
continue.
Well,
Continue.
go.
I'm sorry.
Go.
So we start our little walk that we go into the forest, and I'm nervous as fuck, and I can already feel like something is happening, but I don't know what the fuck it is because it's acid.
Yeah.
I'm walking along, I'm making sure that like I have everything I need because there's a part of me that's thinking, what the fuck happens if I get lost?
What are your
Yeah.
necessities?
I had my keys, I had my phone, I think I had like what else did I have? I think I had a knife.
Probably some water.
In case there's any vipers.
I think I was holding a bottle of water.
That's
And so I had that, and I was just walking along, but I was also like, oh, Jesus Christ. We get to the point where Boone steps on a cactus, and it looks really fucking painful.
funny,
And I'm like, I freak out.
So-
Not freak out like, but I'm like, I'm going to go back to the campsite.
Just-
like, I don't want to do this.
I
This is
want
out
to
here.
know all the sensations as this is happening, though. Like how high, like how is it kicking in?
The walk, I'm just like looking
Are
around.
you tripping as he steps on the cactus?
Oh, yeah.
It was,
It
it was
started
a little,
right there.
We all decided to go hiking.
Yeah.
And fucking Boone's dumbass is like, I'm
'Cause
gonna go barefoot.
I always feel like when you're tripping, like you don't realize it's happened quite
Yeah.
yet. But then there's like one event where you're like, oh fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going
I've
hard right
been,
now.
I've been lost, brother.
Well, me being the control guy that I was back then, like where I was like I have to be in control of the situation. I was fighting the high. And that's the thing is when you're on acid, it's a very like humbling experience because you need to let your ego die and you really need to just say what's happening is happening. Like I have no control of what happens next.
It'll
That's
be
it.
okay.
I love
12
ego
hours.
death's alive.
But
Yeah.
that was not how I was.
Yeah.
So I was having a bad time because I'm trying to like figure out this new reality that's like in front of me.
Yeah.
And like none of this is making sense. It's pissing me off.
Yeah.
Get back to the campsite, and I'm just like looking at this one girl at me and gave me like a weird look, and then I was like, oh fuck, I'm being awkward, like I'm so sorry. I felt like a kid, honestly, like being like, oh geez, I can't, But then as time is going on, I'm kind of just like chilling. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm being by myself. Like I'm still around, but I'm not like doing anything really. I'm just in the background. It starts to rain really bad, like really really bad. I'm like, oh shit, we got to pack up some stuff and save some gear, but I just couldn't handle the situation. Like I was just like, and a lot of people who were tripping trying to also figure shit out couldn't handle it either. Like fuck it, get in the tents.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm getting in my car.
Well, because camping already is like you have so many pockets and so many things you're trying to find.
You're
Exactly.
on
in
shit
the
and you're on drugs.
And you're also
Yeah.
18,
Yeah.
inexperienced.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So I get in my car and I just like sit down. I'm like, I'm just trying to calm down. I immediately move all my shit to like those little passenger pockets on the side
Yeah.
where you just like put little junk in there.
Door cubby.
Yeah, a door cubby. I threw everything in there and I just kind of like was just like, what the fuck? Like, am I
Yeah,
doing? This is
recovering.
terrible. There was a tree in front of me, and the worst thing is it had a face in it, and that face kept getting closer with a hand that kept reaching out. and every time I would look away, it would reset. So I was like, I'm good. But every time I look back, the same face would then, with the hand, the tree branch would reach.
It's doing the Jamiroquai. It's just...
It was so terrifying, but there was a point where I just stared at it and finally just was screaming at it because I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with this. Like, I'm not going to deal with this.
No.
I know.
Don't hold your laughter. Young lady, do not hold your laughter. My girlfriend is fucking dying. She's trying so hard not to laugh on the podcast.
Okay, but what did
Robert,
you say?
Robert, what did you scream at the void?
Oh, I'm not. Nothing like just like standing
Ah!
Can
Like
you-
you're
basically that.
Arnold facing the predator.
Yeah, or like basically that.
Give
And
it
then-
to me. Give it to me right now. Go.
No, I'm not giving it to you right now.
Yeah,
Go!
give it. Send it. We're in the basement. Go.
Yes.
Do it.
You got,
Yes.
Ah!
Okay,
There you
there you
go.
go. I'm
There
in
you go.
I want to
There you
say,
go.
I want to
There you
say,
go.
I was in the tent, right? And
Oh,
I peeked
Jesus
out. That was when I
fuck.
peeked out too,
All right.
and I see Rob doing this,
Like-
fucking shaking.
I'm just shaking. I'm
He's
just
like
like
shaking.
I'm just like
and screaming.
Yeah.
And I'm just tripping balls in the tent with everybody. We're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Look at Rob, guys. Like,
My
Oh
girlfriend
fuck.
just had to run away from Robert as he flipped the couch. That was
Yeah, I'm
nuts.
sorry.
You were a great
That's the only
actor.
way. That's the only way I get the yeah.
I'm very physical. I want
Um,
Ben to repeat what he just said because I
sorry.
want you to hear it.
Rob, so we're all in the tent, and I decided to unzip the fucking thing to look outside just because it's raining.
Right.
And I just see Rob shaking, like fucking screaming and shaking. And then we hear like death metal music, you know what I'm saying? Like we hear like guitars, a guitar solo and shit, and you're just going wild, dude. Like,
But you know what? I had my best bud, and I still thank him to this day for this because this was a really good thing that my friend did.
God damn it.
My buddy Boone
I'm so
walked
sorry.
over to the
the
car.
guy that stepped on the cactus.
The guy who stepped on the
Rob,
cactus.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
I just need a minute.
You're good.
I need a fucking minute, dude.
I did not know this.
Well, because also,
No.
I leave that part out for a good
much
reason.
like me laughing at the idea of David going to the fucking soup factory or whatever the fuck his mom's like, oh, my kid's not doing. Yeah, he's going to the
Yeah.
Apple warehouse.
Apple Labs.
Robert, scrawny little kid, no fucking beard at this point too.
You're right.
And his little wonky glasses just
Yeah.
screaming
Looking-
into the void. Into this tree.
Yeah, scary tree,
He's a
man.
Jamira
Scary
tree.
Rob, you
Scary
probably
fucking
looked like
tree.
a fucking Indian kid who got an A-. Like,
That's exactly what he looked like.
So, my good buddy Boone, thankfully, comes out from the tent and he actually walks out through the rain. He gets into my
who
car.
has been on the podcast, by the
Yeah,
way.
Yeah,
Boone's been
friend of the show.
long time ago. I remember now, but yeah, he came in. He just talked to me. He's like, "You doing all right?" I'm like, I'm flipping out, man." And I was being honest. I'm just talking. He's like, "It's all good, man. Here, we're gonna listen to music together." And we were listening to
Aw.
death metal together, and it really calmed me down. It got me like, it got me into such a good place where I
You need a
realized
friend,
that
man. You need someone to bounce off of.
exactly.
Yeah, tripping alone's not fun.
And
Me
he-
and Dave the first time tripping, we were just.
Wait, okay, that's a hot take though. We
That's
can go to me
crazy.
and you next.
I'm
but
sorry.
you-
What was your take?
I love tripping alone.
That's wild.
That's
I like-
so. How many times have you done it?
Once.
Okay, and it was a positive experience
It
on
was
what drug?
like the best trip I've ever
But
had.
It was on what?
Acid.
Okay,
Two-
Holy
nice.
shit.
to frame like who she is as a person, she enjoys her like solitary time. Like a nice little highlight of our dwelling experience is I'll fucking be posted up playing my video games and she'll be over in her little Kaeli
Aw,
corner
parallel
playing Dark
play.
Souls.
Parallel play.
Parallel play.
I'll be on opposite
Good.
corners of the room, so like the only thing touching are our farts.
That's
And-
peaceful.
Yeah, it is peaceful.
Yeah, I love that life.
Sometimes her
That's
farts
nice.
are more aggressive. Let it be noted.
But I do have to say,
What
like,
do you have to say about that?
Did they have a sharp stink?
Untrue.
I feel like me and Rom know that very well because I feel like I mean, you too. Me and Ben, I don't think have tripped together in a very long time, if we ever
I
have.
don't think we actually have.
If we ever have.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like, it's like you gotta have somebody to support you, and I think like that's tripping. I know this is so like cliche, but I was like, oh my god, I love these guys,
Yeah.
and like, oh my god, these guys are so like I'm able to lean on them so much.
Yeah. Exactly,
It is
I
fun
agree.
when you have that like glowing moment of like, man, my friends mean the world to me.
Yeah.
Cause like, I just remember shit. Fucking Ben was super into acid rap. You remember that when that came out?
Yeah.
And you were like,
I
I'm
was
gonna-
too.
It was
Yeah,
every
I was
time
too.
we fucking tripped.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
too.
and you were like, I'm gonna do that next
Yeah.
time. So we're at the cabin, and you're just sitting there fucking doing your thing. And I just remember sitting
I was like,
there
that's
just
what you want to listen to? I want to listen to it with you.
I just remember seeing you play with your little
glow up square machine. What's that fucking thing called?
Oh, it was like a little pad.
Soundboard?
Yeah, it was like a
Soundboard, yeah.
That's cool.
Just playing around with that shit, going off, and Rob's just vibing in the corner. I'm like, I got some chill friends. And
Yep.
then you guys brought that other friend, who I didn't fucking know, who was a strange
Logan.
entity to me.
Yeah, he was a little bit weird, but he was a good guy. But that's a story for a whole another time. Anyway, yeah, no, exactly. You need a friend to help guide you, but he got me through that. I did have another instant where I looked into the trees and I saw vipers in the leaves.
This is what I remember hearing from the story.
Yeah, that was the vipers one.
This
that,
is where
that
the
it gets
inside
told,
joke.
yeah.
Because how did we used to frame this joke? Because this was a joke among us.
We would probably just go vipers
And then doing your right fucking finger shit,
do
yeah.
the Rob cerebral palsy.
Okay, that's a little bit lazy of a joke on our part. I gotta say
I think, as far as anything goes, we got David's a rapist and Rob just going vipers. So.
I feel like that makes it funny.
What's worse?
You decide!
I'm not getting out of this one alive. I'm not getting out of tonight alive.
Epic joke battles of history!
Big joke battle.
Whose joke was funnier?
Joe Rogan versus George Bush.
Holy shit.
Okay, Joe Rogan versus George Bush would be such a funny epic rap battle.
my
That'd be so
throat's
George
all
stupid.
Bush presents
Oh, that.
Joe Rogan! Begin! I'm pointing at Ben. Come on, go!
Four scorns. That's not Abraham Lincoln.
Egypt. Ayahuasca, DMT. Like fucking.
Which
Oh,
one
he's Joe
are you?
Rogan.
I don't know
Joe-
yet.
He's choosing to be Joe
Help me.
Rogan.
I
Yeah.
was trying to do Joe Rogan.
You're like, Jamie, pull that up. I got soda in my cup.
All right, go up. We're gonna compete with the Breakfast Club here, everybody. We already got the
I was under the apple
Dave's
tree.
the chill ass light skin with the big headphones. We're already almost there. No, this ain't epic rap battles though. That's too fucking cool.
It's too cool for us, man.
George Bush spitting on that? No, because
We're going to Iraq.
Wood teeth.
Well, I
wood
count all
teeth.
these stacks.
Sorry, I thought Ron was about to make another joke. He
No.
said spitting on that, and I had some PTSD pop
Tatua.
up. Shut the fuck up.
speaking of excellent podcasts,
Yeah, this podcast pales in comparison. I mean, we wish we were talked to of.
It's true.
It's everything we're not.
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
But otherwise, just send out the acid story. Everything was fine. I just basically kept myself and just watched the fire. Everyone was cool though. Like I was talking to
Was
people. It wasn't a
Kyle
big deal.
there?
No, fuck no. This was
Okay,
when
that was
that.
after.
This is that when their shit happened.
I do remember like Tristan fucking come out with a knife. He's like had a knife in his hand. He's like,
Yeah.
this knife was a murderer.
Wait,
bro."
these two stories coincided that closely?
I think that might have been. I feel like that was the reason why you guys didn't go. But
Maybe
I
that's
don't
why we had
fucking
all-
That
remember.
actually might
maybe
be
we had
the
alternate
reason why.
episodes.
Yeah,
Who knows?
that was the episode where we split
That's
before the
probably-
podcast
Do you remember the
existed.
year that happened? Your guys' Kyle story?
2015.
Oh, yeah, it was probably that.
Shit, there might have
I'm
been
not even
overlap
kidding.
somewhere.
There
That's
actually
crazy.
probably was overlap.
That's funny.
That's
Who
what I
knows?
thought of.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, you probably can't say you had a more fun time. than
What
me.
a life we've
I had a
lived.
pretty fun time
Yep.
actually.
I like how this has been the Trap House episode. I
Yeah.
like going over the old trap stories
Well,
because
yeah.
there's so many of them.
There's
really.
tons of 'em.
It's so fruitful area for the podcast.
It's beautiful, and I mean, I want to talk about the other acid stories that we have, but I feel like the one in the cabin, and everything. But I feel like those should have their own dedicated spot. I don't know.
How do
So
you-
let's just stick with old trap stories because what if we told the MXP story? Has Rom ever told you
that
about
was
the
so
I
insane.
think
MXP?
we already did.
Oh my god.
No, we didn't.
No.
We did, but
No.
it never aired.
Okay.
We told it very, and I told it very briefly. I
But
didn't
I
get
was just
through
gonna
all of
say,
it.
So
for the listening format, what would you guys say?
it was our ketamine area, like era. You know what I'm saying? We were like, oh, we discovered ketamine.
Never mind my thing.
No. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, what would you guys recommend doing hallucinogens, like to the
So-
the
No, the
listener out
listeners?
there?
Certain kinds.
To the lonely 16-year-old out there with his dad's rifle, would you recommend?
No,
Not that young. I think we all did it way
listen,
too
If
young.
you have friends, okay, take some maybe.
Just being rational about this, I think that after you've heard all these experiences where you have a couple people who are good on acid, there was me who freaked out. Nothing came of it, thankfully. It was just a freak out. And then there's the Kyle, and then there's a couple other people that we haven't mentioned. My point is,
You don't like my
it sounds
third eye.
it sounds very, very dicey at this point if you do this kind of stuff. If you do it, make sure you're with, one, good friends that you trust.
Yeah.
Two, you're not in a space that is unsafe. Don't just do it sporadically. Give a little bit of thought to it.
It can be
And
as
it'll be
light
fine.
as silly fun, and
Yeah.
it can be completely psyche break.
Definitely
Yeah.
do it in a fucking close knit group.
I think
100%.
Yes.
also maybe wait until you're after the age of like 20.
Yeah,
Yes,
at least to have your
absolutely.
brain partially
You should
developed.
like wait until your 20s to do this.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll disagree. I'll disagree because I feel like a big part of it is like we're going to college and it's like life
Fair.
is expanding and it's new.
Yeah.
And
I
we,
will.
we gotta see like you got all these dreams. And you're like, oh man, like for us, we're like, man, we want to make movies, we want to do stand up, we want to do all this fucking like creative, bombastic shit.
Right.
And then you kind of you take these drugs at like the height of that kind of childhood like naivete where you're like, yeah, I can fucking do all this.
I
shit.
can do whatever I want.
Yeah, I can be the next Tarantino. Why not?
Yep.
I will say, for me, I actually was perma tripping for a long time. Afterwards, after like a whole section.
Really?
Yeah, I remember fucking driving like one time and just cars would just move, and I was dead sober. I wasn't even smoking weed.
Yeah.
But I'd be
Wow.
driving, and I was actually this is like the only time I've ever really driven erratically. You know,
Think about
funny, I'm Asian, whatever.
Think
Scary.
about, I was gonna say, think about this audience member. There could be a Chinese man on any road right now just
Perma tripping, going.
You think they're bad normal.
Nothing is safe.
I do remember like fucking because there's a point where like things would just move around, and I think that's part of like why it's bad to take it early.
Yes.
Like, it did something to my brain when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if you can take it, you can take it. But if you can't, you can't. And you don't really know.
I just don't expect 18-year-olds to be like super mindful and plan shit.
No.
The biggest thing too is accepting that if you take it, it's happening.
Yep.
And no matter what, like for like Rob's story, or whatever,
Do not seek
Once you
control.
have left the
Yeah.
dock, you got to cross the
like,
ocean,
yeah,
bro.
You're you're on that fucking ferry, bro.
Yep.
You're
The
going to
first
hell,
wave
you
is
know
gonna
what I'm
hit, and you just gotta roll over it, and then realize, okay, I'm on the sea. Like,
saying? It'll be over. At
I
some
also
point.
want to do an ocean analogy.
yeah.
Modern Navy.
Modern Navy.
All right, everybody.
The summer of plunder.
It truly was a summer of plunder.
Welcome to For the Boys Fall at the Mall at the Old Navy Fall at the Mall event. Roll into autumn savings with a nice new knit sweater.
It's like still fall pirate theme is so funny. It's so out of place.
Yeah.
Go to Spirit of Halloween and get a costume. Dress as normal guy.
And then get your ass to Old Navy. Get your scurvy ass to Old Navy.
And once the leaves fall.
Old Navy, give us the spot, man.
I'll do it.
Welcome to the winter of splinters.
Winter split. Walk the
I
plank into
walked the
savings.
plank and got a little splinter, and now I'm saving on Band-Aids and whatever the fuck. Play us out, Fetty Wap.
I don't know. I don't have anything to play.
1738.
Hey, this has been For the Boys.
This has been the Fetty Wap Fancast.
1738.
the year I first heard him.
The fuck?
1738. The current year. This sucks.
I feel bad for
That's
everyone
the
listening
funniest
to
part of the whole podcast.
Vipers in the trees.
That's the episode title. There we
in the
go.
trees.
Finally. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
all right.
Oh my God.